What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Bulls Eat Fishing. Today, we're going to talk about one of the greatest tackle boxes on the market today. That is going to be the Plano Edge. Yeah, you know it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah.
Guys, welcome back to the channel. So today, it's still frigid cold here in Dawsonville, okay? That huge storm is just pushing across the United States. We were supposed to see a lot more ice, a lot more snow, but we didn't. It's just freezing cold. I mean, it's like 26 out there right now. It's absolutely ridiculous with like the wind chill of like 12. Stupid. I hate cold weather. Literally, if all my family wasn't here in North Georgia, I would probably pack up everything and move to Florida where I can wear shorts year round. I understand I hate... I don't want to say that. I love Florida because of the weather and all the fishing that's there, but I'm not a Florida fan. Let's just put it that way. I know that's kind of weird, but you know what? It is what it is. So today, sorry, I had a phone call coming in. That's why you saw my finger swipe across. I want to talk to you about one of the greatest tackle boxes on the market today. That is the Plano Edge, guys. As you know, this year I've switched everything over to Plano Edge. I was using Plano first, the original Plano boxes, the waterproof ones for years. Then I switched everything over to Lure Lock for the past, I don't know, 2-3 years. I love Lure Lock. I love everybody with Lure Lock. I just, when they came out with these Plano Edges, this was, I hate to say this, I really do, because it's just too much use, but it's a game changer when it comes to tackle boxes. It really is. They've integrated a lot of useful features into the tackle box. That's kind of what I want to share with you today. So I've recently switched everything over to Plano Edge. So I have the Plano Edge 3700 terminal tackle box, and I also have three of the Plano Edge 3600 just kind of universal boxes. I wanted to, break it all the way down to, like Plano Edge has a crankbait box. They have a jackhammer box, a chatterbait box. They have a spinnerbait box, jackhammer box, crankbait box, terminal tackle box, a kind of a freestyle type box. And they have a lot of different ones, but with the baits and the limited storage I have on a kayak, I kind of wanted to definitely get the terminal tackle one, because this is phenomenal right here, and I'll get in that, and that's probably what I'll spend most of my time on, is the terminal tackle box. But I wanted to get some of the free range ones, so I can adjust them, move the little dividers around, and really specialize it to what I'm using it for. Because like with my crankbait box, I not only have crankbaits in that box, I have rattle traps, I have odd and end baits. I'm not really organized. I like to keep 4 boxes, 4 regular size and 1 terminal box, and having so many different types of boxes, it wouldn't be able to fit my needs, so I kind of went basic. And also, guys, I wanted to get all 3700 boxes, but with the Yak Gadget Low Pro crate, if you keep the shelves in the crate itself on the Low Pro crate and not the XL crate, you can't lay your 3700 boxes this way. You have to lay them this way, which I've already covered that in my previous video of what's in my fishing kayak crate. So I'm glad I could not find 3,700 boxes anywhere. I'm glad I could only find 3,600 because I didn't do the math or the research before to see if that actually fit. Now, the 3,700 boxes will fit. You just will not be able to use the shelving system inside the Yak Gadget Low Pro crate. So I wanted to use the shelving system because that's one thing that pushed me to the Yak Gadget crate, but I was not able to use the 3,700s the way I wanted to. So you can definitely use them in them. You just can't really use them the way it needs to be used. And I'll touch on that just a little bit, but I've already touched on that in my previous video. But let's just get right into the tackle boxes itself, guys. There's a lot of cool features in these tackle boxes that I want to share with you. So let's just start right into the terminal tackle box, okay? This is the 3700 terminal, as you see right there. This is specifically for all your terminal tackle. Terminal tackle, definition of terminal tackle is all your weights, your leaders, or, well, yeah, metal leaders, hooks, drop shot hooks, lead, tungsten. That's all kind of your terminal tackle. Not necessarily your baits itself. That's if you throw... It's been done before, but if you throw a bare hook in the water, that's just your hook. That's your terminal tackle. That's not necessarily a bait. You usually put a worm or something on that hook, which would classify it as a bait. But really cool on the outside, guys, is a very rigid box, very thin, but it fits a lot of good stuff in there. And as you see here, it's a little bit different box, all right, guys? So usually on the old Plano boxes, you had 3 latches, one on each side that you had to sit there and... I actually got a hook in my hand. You had to sit there and pop over each side, then pop over the middle one. Well, people kind of got tired of having to pop open 3 different latches, so they went to one universal latch across the front. And what's really cool about this is on the latch itself, it has a place where you can mark what bait or what baits are in this box. Like this one should be labeled terminal tackle. The next one should be labeled, say, crankbait, whatever. So you have a nice little white area. You can write something on there. And the latch is obviously on the front side. And what's really cool about it is basically you can do it all one-handed. You basically just pull down on the front of it and then lift it up and you're in the box itself. Let me go ahead and fix this hook before I hook my finger again because that hurt. I got this sucker packed to the gills. So just bear with me, guys. I know it's crazy, but you know what? Just bear with me. There's always method behind my madness. But as you see, guys, you have a couple different options to choose from. You can have open dividers in there, but what's really cool about this is in all these other dividers, they're actually subsidized boxes. So you can actually physically take the box out. It's got a lid on it, so it's not going to topple over and spill your baits. And it has a little clear lid so you can actually see what's in it. This is actually my Ned rigs and my B-Lat rigs right here. So this is really, really cool. So you can actually sit here and, okay, well, I don't like my Ned rigs on this side. I want to move them this side. You can easily, there's different slotches in here. You can move it around just about anywhere. And that's one thing that really pushed me towards, because as y'all know, I was using that old fly box and I like the clear lids on it with the little latches. And I did not want to go back to a traditional, tackle box. So I wanted something with those lids. So when I opened it, it wasn't going to spill out. And that's what, Plano really thought a lot about, putting those separate divided boxes with these separate little lids to them as well, so you're not going to spill your baits. Obviously, some of mine are, raised up just a little bit. It's just because I have a lot of baits packed in there right now. So at the front, and you don't have to lay it out like I did. At my front section, I have all the baits that I could not fit in these boxes, like my fish head spins, my pulse jigs, some spare shaky heads in this one. I have my Nico, what is it? I think it's my Nico rig, yeah. Or no, Tokyo rig. All my Tokyo rig is all right here in the center portion. I have an extra few little lead weights, which I don't really use lead anymore. I use tungsten, but if I ever run out of tungsten, I have these just to be on the safe side. And then on this side, I have my swim bait hooks and my some more fish head spins. And so those are all in my open section, so they don't have lids or anything, but I can easily move these dividers around just like you could in any other Plano boxes. And then up top, starting out, I have all my, I know it's tough to see, but I don't want to turn it completely over. I have all my weights, my drop shot weights, my plugs, or not my plugs, my bobber stoppers, some more lead weights in this one with another divider if I want to make another box. And then I also have my butt spinners from Z-Man, so you can push them up into the end of a Z-Man Ned rig to give it kind of more of a finesse-y type spinnerbait look. And then moving on up, I have more of my hooks starting. I have my Ned rig hooks, more Ned rigs. I have my... Oh, that's on the next one. So I have my Ned rig hooks going up next. All my Ned rigs. I have my weighted wacky rig hooks. I have my non-weighted wacky rig hooks. And then I have all my drop shot hooks in this one right here. as you see right there. I don't use, and I do have a couple basic wacky rig hooks in there as well. A lot of the times, a lot of people use on a drop shot the traditional wacky rig hook, but I do not use that. I use for my drop shots, I used a weight that actually has a little worm keeper, and on my drop shot rigs, I actually rig it like a Texas rig, better hookups, and it doesn't get hung up as much. So definitely need to check that out. I'll do a separate video on that. Moving on up, I have my shaky head. Is actually one of the biggest boxes that I have because I mainly throw a shaky head. I have all different types of shaky heads in here. And as you see, I have a couple hooks coming out of. I got to fix that. Moving on down, I have all my Texas rig type hooks, flipping hooks, so on and so forth. Also, I missed something here. Also, in the bottom section where my Tokyo rig is, I keep all my punching items as well. So I have my bigger tungsten weights. I have all my punching hooks, all that stuff in the Tokyo rig as well. Moving on down, once I get past the Texas rig hooks, I'll go on over to, I call these booger knockers. I'm not really sure. I don't think that's what they're called. That's just what, whenever I first started using them, someone said, oh yeah, use one of them booger knockers right there. A booger knocker to me is basically a wide gap hook. Very tough wide gap hook, and the jig head actually is on a swivel. Kind of like a little booger hanger. Booger knocker right there. So there's my booger knocker hooks, if you want to call them that. And then what's really cool, guys, in the next, moving on up, and you don't have to have them here, this is just the way I have them, is you have these other boxes that can easily come out. As you see, they are full-blown boxes. They're not clear tops. These are actually where all your tungsten goes. So this is a really, really cool feature that they have. If I can get this one box out, here it goes. So you have 3 of these in your terminal tackle box. They have a little latch on the back. So you basically just push down and pull it up, and it has all your tungsten laid out how you want them. They're actually cushioned backing to each of these boxes. So you can put all your tungsten all together, keep it all together, lock it in place where your tungsten's not falling out, because you know tungsten's expensive. You don't want to lose it. And you slide it right down in the grooves and let it lock into place. So, and you have 3 of those across the board, and each of them have wider grooves in them itself, wider or smaller grooves in themselves to fit your larger tungsten as well. So really much across the board, and you can buy these separate too. So if you only want a tungsten box, you can buy all these little separate boxes here. But the Terminal Tackle 3700 Terminal Tackle box comes with 3 already in there. You have 3 tungsten boxes. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 or so of the clear boxes with the clear little lids, and then that will leave you enough room for your bottom row to be open versus boxes. So definitely a really cool feature. Another cool feature in the terminal tackle box is actually the water wick. Okay, so there's actually a water wick in there. So almost like I know it's going to be a stupid comparison, but like in a cigar box, you have, your little humidor, whatever you want to call it, in there that sucks up all the moisture. So basically, if you ever get water in here, this water wick will actually suck it up and, trap it in, so it's not getting trapped into your subsidized boxes, and it's not going to rust out your hooks or your baits. So that is a really, really cool feature. Definitely something for other tackle boxes to definitely think of. Really, really cool feature, and they have those in all the boxes as well. So really, really cool. And guys, again, the coolest thing about this is all the different boxes that comes in subsidized inside of the tackle box itself. But what comes in really handy, what I love, is that one-handed latch. Just like that. Easy peasy, guys. So that's the bread and butter right there, the terminal tackle, all day long. Moving on down are the kind of the 3600 free tackle boxes, if you want to call them that. These are actually called these are just the compartment ones. It does have the water wick in them, the 434 3600. So in this box I keep all my, it's not labeled obviously, but I keep all my spinner baits, and they're going to flop out everywhere. So obviously, if you have your traditional spinnerbait box, your spinner baits are going to be all jammed together like they are here. But I didn't really have room in my low pro crate and in my kayak to have the spinnerbait box, because it's more of like a full-blown box that you actually drop them in there and they sit flush and they're sticking up so easily in, easy out. But I kind of just compressed them all together in this one box. Obviously, I have a lot of room left to add more spinnerbaits, but I say I like to power fish because I use a jackhammer a lot, and I do sometimes use a spinnerbait, but I don't really use them very often. So that's kind of why I don't have a lot. Also in this box, I keep all my spoons. Again, I don't really throw a lot of spoons, but definitely something for fishing linear or fishing deep lakes, you need to have a spoon on, because especially in the summertime or springtime or early summertime, they're going to go a little bit down deeper, so you can definitely work a spoon. Obviously, to catch some big old stripers too on linear. So definitely, I got to redo that. Moving on down to my next one is I have my so-called crankbait box. So in this box here, this is the same box as what I just showed you. It's a 3600 4 to 34 kind of free box. I kind of created it myself. And in this box, I keep all my crankbait rods. In all the boxes, they're all the same width and same depth, same length across the 3600 boxes. And they all have that one-handed latch on the front. As you see in here, this is all my crankbait rod, or my crankbaits, and my rattle traps. So in this box, I have all my crankbaits. I have deep diving crankbaits. I have rattle traps. I have crawl top crankbaits. I have sexy shad. I have every single one you can think of. I also keep my jerk baits in here as well in the top right corner. I know you really can't see that because it's almost like a bone colored clear crank or jerk bait. And then I also have some jointed little swim baits and crankbaits as well that I keep in here too. They're all hard baits, so that's kind of why I kept them all together. And there's a wide variety of whatever you want to use in this box itself. Again, I made my own. They come with the dividers. They come with a lot of dividers as too, but I basically just divided it myself up and basically created my own box out of it. Kind of like what you do with your other tackle boxes. Moving on down is my last one of my 3600 is going to be my top water box, if you want to call it that. So in here I have all my frogs, which I need to get some more frogs, definitely. Same box, same front, easy open latch with the water wick in it as well. Same one in all these other ones. This is where I'm going to keep all my frogs, which I need to get some more frogs, my poppers, my spooks, my shad pops from Z-Man, and I do have a sweet little juicy little swim bait I picked up at the fishing show I worked a few weeks ago. These things are phenomenal, by the way, just say. They kind of look like the traditional bull shad swim bait, but they're not that specific. And they're way cheaper, and they're phenomenal baits. Spooks, poppers, whopper ploppers as well. I have a whopper plopper here, and I also have another whopper plopper I got to put in it. And then my frogs, my spooks, basically all my top water stuff is right here, ready to rock and roll. And then moving on down, I have not got another 3700 box just yet. I'm still waiting on another one to come in. A lot of them is the newer box. It's kind of more of a free box, so you have where you can put wider sections into it, but it's still going to be a 3700 box, as you see here. This is your traditional Plano box. This is what everyone's used to. This is the waterproof one with the 3 latches. So you got your 3 latches, and this box, I keep all my jigs, all my Ned jigs, my football jigs, my ball jigs. I keep all my Ned jigs, which I just said. I also keep all my jackhammers in this box as well. Basically anything with a skirt for the most part besides spinnerbaits are going to go in this box. I also have a nice little sexy Academy Special bluegill swim bait. Phenomenal in the river, to say the least. And then also in here I have some bigger swim baits up underneath it. Both bluegill swim baits. And then I also have my chatterbaits as well. Or not chatterbaits, sorry, buzz baits. I just have those laying on the side here. This is where, again, I keep mainly anything with a skirt really goes in here besides spinnerbaits. And then a few little swim baits on top of that. Another thing I want to touch on is swim baits. I keep a few swim baits in these boxes, but I also keep swim baits in my low pro crate as well. These are the ones, some of the ones I picked up from the fishing show itself. These are a little bit, this is a sexy shad swim bait. This is more of that traditional bull shad color as well. So definitely, I just keep those in here. I have not put those in that tackle box, but they are going in there. Just got to make a little bit more extra room. Yeah, again, I'm working on getting that other Plano edge box for my jackhammers. I'm not my jackhammers and jigs. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get the chatterbait box or not. It's still kind of up in the air. That's one of the best boxes they have, but I don't know yet. I don't know if I want that box yet. I may just go to your traditional freestyle box and kind of create my own. I love to create my own stuff, guys. But for the most part, guys, that is a wrap for the Plano Edge boxes. The reason why I switched them over and really kind of in-depth overview of the Plano Edge boxes. I know it's kind of a boring video, and I'm sure you've seen a lot of these videos over Plano Edge boxes, but I kind of just want to share my opinion on them and how I have them set up, guys. But thank y'all so much for watching. If y'all like these types of videos, please let me know in the comment section below. And definitely, guys, if you haven't already, going over to Bulls Deep Fishing on Facebook, Bulls Deep Fishing on Instagram, follow me there. Give me a follow and a like there, and definitely shoot me messages through there. And let's start a little combo. You know what I'm saying? Talking back and forth. See what part of the country you're in. See if I'm headed there. Maybe we can all fish together. You know, that's where all the real conversations happen. That's where all my daily posts pop up, because I only post to YouTube Mondays and Wednesdays right now, sometimes on the weekends, if I get a wild hair or not, you know, if I get some more time. But that's kind of where everything's going. So if you haven't already, definitely go follow me over there. I would greatly appreciate it. Give me a like and a follow. And let's start a conversation. Let's get together. Let's meet up. Let's fish for this 2021 season. Let's get it going. And my boys are going crazy. So I definitely got to get off here. But guys, thank y'all so much for watching. Stay tuned. I got some more stuff coming away. And at the end of the day, guys, stay classy. Keep them tight lines. Deuces.